All right, so you are watching the video for eating enough fats. So whether you are just starting this practice or rewatching this video as a review from a previous practice, I will do an overview of the practice of eating enough fats. So what is this practice? It is following our hand portions, right? So we had our palm of protein, our fists of veggies, our cup of carbs, and now we have 1 to 2 thumb sizes of fats at every meal. So every time you eat, you want to have 1 to 2 thumb sizes of fats. With any other hand portion, it's not going to be perfect, but it's close enough, right? So if you want to line up your nuts or just eyeball how much oil you're using or how much coconut oil you're putting in or anything like that, how many seeds you're sprinkling on your salad or whatnot, we want to have anywhere from this to this. We want both of them. So what we are doing is we are bridging the gap from external cueing to internal cueing on your portion sizes. So the long-term goal is to be able to listen to your body, stop eating when you are full, and only eat when you are hungry. But every other time I say that, I will say it again, that is a lot harder to do than it seems. So we are using external cueing, like hand portions, to help us get there. So practice your hand portions, but eat slowly, stop when you are full, and continue doing that over and over. All right, so why are we talking about fats? This is one of my favorite things to say. I am busting the myth that fats are bad for you. Fats do not make you fat. However, there are different types of fats. There are healthier versions of fats and there are unhealthier versions of fats. So fats can actually help you lose fat. For real, that's a real thing. And they are so important in the body. So what fats mainly do is they help with the communications, with the signaling between one area of the body to the other. So that means they're very important in like hormone regulation. They're very important in tissue building. They kind of play a part with protein to make sure you build strong nails, strong hair, good skin, good tissues for your internal organs. And they also are a secondary fuel source for energy. Now, keep in mind, I am talking generally about nutrition. So this video is not about a specific diet or any specific high or low fat diets. I'm just talking to you about fats in general. So everybody does need fats. I want you to think about a life that we live in right now without computers, without cell phones, without TVs, without, the signaling system at intersection with cars, right? Without any type of communication. And the world would be chaos. It'd be chaotic. That's how your body is when it does not have enough fats. So you have to have those fats, especially the healthy fats, to keep the communication up, to keep the signaling up, to help all of your bodily processes work much better and work how they are supposed to work. So they're super important. Without a doubt, we all need fats in our body. So using that point of we need fats, how do we know which fats to eat? Like, what kinds are there? Because I'm sure you guys have heard of so many different kinds. And I'm going to simplify this, yet also remind you that every food is on a spectrum, right? So we have our eat more category, we have our eat some category, and we have our eat less category. That doesn't necessarily mean if you eat a food in the eat less category that you are bad or that food is bad. We just want to eat it very occasionally, right? And we want to fill our plates and fill our bellies with foods more in the eat more category. So with that said, I'm going to classify fats in 2 categories. It's a little word play. So we have our healthy fats and we have our unhealthier fats. Okay, so we have a lot of like our eat more fats and a lot of our like eat less fats. Okay, so tackling the healthier fats, those are going to be things like saturated fats, monounsaturated fats, and polyunsaturated fats. Super long names. You do not have to memorize them. You do not have to look at them on, the back of labels and things like that. Just think of, are you eating enough nuts? Are you eating enough seeds? Are you eating enough cold pressed oils? Are you eating enough coconut oil? Are you having enough marine life and seafood? So those are going to be the things that comprise of healthy fats. And avocado. I can't believe I forgot avocado and guacamole. We want to have those too. And then we have our eat less foods, right? So our unhealthier fats. And those are going to be things like your trans fats, your margarines, your processed oils, your baked goods, your processed foods, your fried foods. But just taking a step back and thinking, okay, that was a lot of words that she just threw at me. How do I know which fat is which? If you're about to eat some food, look at it and say, is this in a box? Is this in a crinkly, tiny little plastic bag? Is the expiration date of this food longer than 6 months or a year or 2 years? Does this food look like I could leave it in my car for an entire year and still eat it? Type deal. It's usually easier to kind of eyeball our food and say, okay, I know this food has been fried. I know this food is probably very highly processed. So I'm just going to make the good connection that there's probably a lot of unhealthy fats in there. And what that means is there's not like an unhealthy fat tree or an unhealthy fat plant. It means that manufacturing plants and manufacturing companies, no pun intended, have inserted certain fats into foods like that to make them stabilize. So it's a lot of chemicals and it's a lot of foods that are not naturally occurring in the food that you're about to eat them in, if that makes sense. So it's not like I would say, don't ever eat this plant or don't ever eat this tree. There's a lot of processing steps to make those unhealthy fats arrive in the foods that you're about to eat. So we have our unhealthy fats, we have our healthy fats, but then again, everything is on a spectrum. So there's not necessarily good and bad. You are not bad if you eat a lot of unhealthy fats. It's just the goal is every time we eat, every practice we make, we want to improve. This is not about perfection. This is always about progress. All right, so this video is a little bit shorter than most of them. I did not go into a bunch of examples because everyone watching this video is going to be at different, points of their journey and ready for different information. So I highly, highly recommend you guys check out your resource center. PN has wonderful articles on there that are easy reads, very informative, very helpful on how to get started. So after you read those and you still have questions or you need anything, please reach out to me. That's what I'm here for, through that message icon, and I will help you get what you need or talk through what you need to talk through. So at the end of this video, taking action, what should you do now? I'm going to tell you to start with your 1 to 2 thumb sizes of fat at every meal. Now you still have all your other hand portions to keep in mind. You are still practicing those, but for the next few weeks while you are on this one, this is going to be your highest priority. So we want to focus on our thumb full of fats the most. This is probably the most awkward food to add in if you've never done it before. So if you find yourself like eating a lot of nuts the first few days or eating a lot of seeds, that's okay, right? It's not about being perfect about which food you eat. It's about getting in the practice, getting in the habit of adding in fats to every single meal. And then as you find that you're practicing this all the time, then you can start to kind of branch out or even check out the resource center of different recipes and different ways to add in different fats so you don't feel like you're relying on the same things all the time.
All right, so I'm going to leave you guys with that. Thank you for watching this video. If you need anything, reach out, and have a good day. Bye.